What's up, guys? Welcome back to Breakout Trading. It is Wednesday, July 29th, and the month is almost over. It's been a pretty good month, I, at the start of the month, was stacking all these small wins, and unfortunately, the last 2 days here, I've kind of taken decent-sized L's. But that's all right. We're still learning and improving. This is very good. Not only because I made a little bit of money on it here on this tiny little scalp right when it broke that high. Obviously, if I knew it went up to 940, would have held on to that a little bit longer. But we have not had any sort of follow-through like this on small caps since June. And after, what was it, KODK today, this thing absolutely ripping. This thing was literally $2 2 days ago. It ripped from $2 to $60. Can you believe that? That's insanity. After this today, I think this is going to wake up a lot of momentum for small caps, and I'm really excited because that means that I might finally actually get back to having some good setups and some good trades rather than getting completely wrecked. So you can see we kind of touched up the layout a bit too, moved everything to this side, just trying some different layouts. The news is on top now, and this chart's a bit bigger, gives me a bit more space. And I moved the daily chart so that it's on my other screen now. Yeah. So we'll get into the trades today. So we'll start here in the morning on MARA. So this was a Bitcoin sympathy play. You guys already know that. I thought it had some potential. No, let's go to 3 minute. Because Bitcoin was ripping earlier, it's still doing all right, but it doesn't have as much momentum as it did that first day it broke 10.5K. Anyways, in the morning here, we went for a little bit of a chase, kind of. This thing was over VWAP. I went in with 50 shares. Didn't sell here. Probably should have. Not really sure why I didn't sell there, to be perfectly honest. And then I just kind of got stopped out right away. I think it was not that too bad of a loss. Can't remember now because I made a different trade on it, so I don't remember what my negative balance was on it originally, but it was a bit of a loss, a bit of a paper cut there. And then we went over to SNOA. So this was by far the worst trade I've done probably all month. That's right, all month. So right here, SNOA, it's been holding this level for a while. I'm not going to zoom out because it messes up the charts, but 1070 has been a long-term support for not long-term, for a couple days. Anyways, this thing comes down and it just starts ripping past the high here. So I decide, it's got good volume, it's about to break the high. It broke the high very briefly, and then I actually bought on the retest here right there at 12.27. You can see my order was 12.39, so a little bit there, and I was just hoping for a pop. I actually went in there with 25 shares as well. And this has got to be the worst way to trade. This is how I used to trade when I started trading, and it is horribly unprofitable to trade like this. So just really bad on my part. I was chasing, I had FOMO, I just wanted to make a quick buck, and I lost focus of my rules and my strategy and what not to do, which is this right here. Do not chase stocks at their high of day, ever. Unless they're a bit different, for instance, KNDI had a lot more volume and momentum. This thing is choppy, choppy, choppy. One big spike right up to the high day resistance, and I went long like an idiot. As you could have probably guessed, this thing dumped, and like a bigger idiot, I didn't even stop out of it. I just kept holding it, hoping and praying. I ended up putting a stop loss down here at 1062. It flushes down, almost hits my stop, and then rebounds up. And I didn't even cut it here, no, because I was convinced that it was a winning trade still, that it was going to break the high and go up. And then I ended up putting a stop loss just below VWAP and got a terrible fill on it when it marketed me out. So that was probably the worst trade in a long time. Why did this happen? I honestly am not too sure. I think that maybe I'm trying to push myself a bit more. I'm getting a little bit more comfortable, taking these trades more in the day, and yeah, man, this one was just stupid. Like, I just know better than this, not to buy at the high and not even have a plan and just hope and pray hold. Like, that is a rookie mistake. So that one cost me 30 bucks there. By far the biggest loser of the day. Just gotta learn. You know, I know not to do that. It's not like that. This is something I figured out like just now. That was just the worst setup. That's not a setup. So that one was bad. And then by now I was pretty frustrated today, a little bit emotional, not in my best mindset. Oops, I'm actually gonna adjust this. Maybe I had that wrong. Oh no. Yeah, so we took this one, and then while we were still in this one, we decided to take a trade on TUP, which is a Tupperware company. They had some good earnings, so that's the reason they were pumping. And this was a good setup. I don't regret this setup at all. So you can see it was really strong in the morning here, broke through this initial sort of high, went up, had a nice low volume consolidation, pulled back to VWAP. I bought here, had a stop loss just below VWAP. It chopped around a bit. I thought it was going to get continuation right here, and then it just kind of crapped out, and I got stopped out for 7.18. No regrets on this trade. Great setup. I'd take it again if I saw it. And then MARA. So at this point, I was a little bit emotional on the day. I knew I was in a losing trade on SNOA. So I was in that one, still holding and hoping and praying. Plus, I just got stopped at a TOP. Plus, my original MARA trade didn't work out. So I was a little bit emotional, which is not good. You never want to trade emotional. Anyways, right around here, I noticed that Bitcoin broke out. So what I actually do is I have a little Bitcoin chart here. It's really confusing to see. Right here, just in the corner. And I just keep it on watch because all these crypto stocks, they have sympathy plays whenever Bitcoin doesn't move. So you want to keep an eye on Bitcoin. I saw it pumped, so I went in here pretty heavy actually, 300 shares. That's bigger size than I normally take. And I sold here and here when it failed to kind of push any higher above 188. Actually top ticked that one pretty good. What was that? 189, and my highest sell was at 188.5. So pretty much top ticking this candle. Just bailing out of this when I saw that Bitcoin moved. This had a bit of a move, but then didn't really continue, so that's how I knew to get out. And then made a nice 1264 there. That was probably my best trade of the day. $10 net after commissions on that one. And then it kind of crapped out, which is sketch, but you know that's still small cap action. You got to be fast and scalpy. I knew that, so no regrets here. Good trade. Pretty big size with not the best risk. I knew that my risk was below VWAP, but also, you know, an iffy setup because these VWAP reclaim setups have really not been working out too well, so got to be careful with those. And then SNOA, I got stopped out around this time. And then I actually took CLSK2. So this one had a really good run up today. Made this high here at $7 even. Broke past that high, and I decided to buy the retest right there on $7. Got filled there at 7.01 for 50 shares. And it kind of bounced a bit, and then it stopped me out there. Super tight stop there. So I got stopped out at 6.97. So about like a 4-cent stop loss. No regrets there. Good trade. Usually if those things come down, they'll bounce right away, so I don't regret getting out. And only took a small paper cut loss there. So another good setup that I'm not too disappointed with. The only one I really am disappointed with today is SNOA, just because that's not a setup I trade. I traded that like an idiot. Anyways, this thing did end up continuing up, but then not that much. It kind of crapped out. And then the last trade of the day is KNDI. This one just recently popped up on the scanner, or not on the scanner, just popped up. You know, I don't really have a scanner, but I use a TTG chat room kind of as my scanner. You know, everyone's saying what stocks are hot and what's pumping. So this one had a news release that they are going to do like bring the most affordable electric vehicles to the market, and on August 18th they're going to have a virtual event to showcase some of their vehicles, as you can see up here. So that's the reason, that's the catalyst, EV stock. And what I noticed mostly wasn't the news, it was how much momentum this thing had. And if you watch the tape, if you get a little bit better at watching the tape, it takes some time to learn how this thing works, but once you get it, you can really trust something based on how the tape's moving. And I just decided to take a small scalp here when this thing was climbing up to the high it put in right here at 750. Got long right there when I knew we were pressing right up against. Had some big ask right there, like $9. Had some big ask layers volume, and as we were eating through those, I was getting long there at 749 with 25 shares, and just had a little scalp there, 773. Obviously could have held this, but we haven't seen this kind of action in small caps in a long time, so I'm really happy to see this. It might have some continuation tomorrow, who knows. Probably will have continuation into the closing bell as well, but yeah, this is exciting because, you know, if small caps finally have some momentum again, that'll make my life a hell of a lot easier. So making $6 there. So these two kind of offset the TUP loss and the CLSK loss plus some commissions. And all I'm really left with on the day is a big sore thumb sticking out is my stupid SNOA trade. Bought the Hive day here, sold here at least. At least I didn't ride this thing all the way to the bottom. But once again, not something to be proud of at all. Don't want to be trading like that. So one bad trade out of another 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not the worst, but I gotta avoid stuff like this because that's what's really gonna cost you money. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. The month is almost over, and I was really close to making this my first ever profitable month. It's not looking too good anymore unless I pull something crazy out Thursday or Friday. But you know, we're learning, we're improving, we're still doing good. The grind continues. Whether I'm pissed off or lost my entire account or made $1 million, I'll still upload a video every single day. This channel is consistency above all, and that's what I'm going to leave it with. Anyways, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Adios.